Hey everyone, hello. Welcome to my home. It is a spring tour. Jump on, say hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm Amy. You've met me before, and you might have toured my home before. Kate's behind the camera.
Hi everyone.
Hi there. Thank you for joining. It's a beautiful spring evening. The sun is shining. The sun is out and nice and toasty warm today. And most of all, the wind is not bad. I think the wind is even going down actually at the moment.
Finally.
I am so excited to share a little bit of the decorating I've done at my house. It's not the full-blown tour that I usually do where we walk through a bunch of rooms, but today we're going to do a little bit here in my great room, and then especially I want to show you some changes I've made on my patio. So we're going to talk about outdoor porch pots today. We're going to talk about the color choice I made today, some of the fun accessories, the extra little accents that we've brought over to my home so that I could complete decorating and show you some new items blended in with the things that I already have. So jump on and say hi. We are going to, we dropped a link today. We're going to share the collection that we put all the items that I'm showing you that are available right now into a group in the online store. And if you've never shopped our store before, it's shopmagnoliasonline.com. So welcome. Thanks for hanging out.
Hello everyone. Thanks for saying hello today. We love to see who's hopping on. We'll jump right into the fun today because we have a little bit to walk through and see.
We do.
And this gorgeous little setup in your front entryway is so nice.
Well, I love doing my entryway. It is a cheerful little spot that gets every seasonal change. And one thing about this wreath that you're going to note is that it is all loopy with extra curly willow. I made this a couple years ago. It's probably been the most discussed wreath I've ever made.
The most viral wreath, yeah.
And I kind of just hang it in the guest room when it's off season, and I brought it out with no added color, even though my color palette this year is not all white and green. I'm doing coral and pink and yellow. So we're hanging it here to show you that if this is something you have questions about or would want to request one, have to visit with us at the store. It's not something I put in the online store because, as you can see, it's a pretty extensive design and it's quite large. So for discussion, but things that we do have for you today.
Would anyone be interested? I thought Mom should make another version this year, so if you're interested, drop a comment. And that was really a fun viral wreath.
They're a little labor intensive.
Yes.
But it is curly willow added to a grapevine.
Yeah. Hello,
So,
Julie. Hello.
Hey,
Julie
everyone.
says that wreath is gorgeous. Happy to
Welcome,
have you
welcome.
all on today.
Well, we enjoy decorating, and Kate advised me on some additions to my home. It's kind of a group effort. Sometimes when you have your own home, have you noticed how like you get jaded to what you're seeing?
Yes.
So we added coral and pink and peach and bright color to a neutral palette from the winter months that I had. I love this little candle ring that fits perfectly in this lantern. We have a few of these lanterns left. This one I had for myself last year. I'm sure I showed it in the live last year because I love it so much on this little tray, which is new. The other new items this year are the little flowers, the perfect color of coral. And then here in my house, you're going to find weird little things that I collect that I don't sell, like gemstones from my travels, shells, rocks, things that I find. Everywhere I go, I steal stones and shells and things. So they're kind of all over in trays and filler. They're filler. I found all kinds of neat things. So you just keep looking. We also have a lot of beautiful ferns this year. Here are my real plants struggling. Here is my fern that I've had for probably 10 years, guys. This fern is a gorgeous faux fern, and we have a couple that we sell this year. Not this exact one, but I do have one on my fireplace that I'll show you. So
yeah, I think they're called potted fern online. Yeah.
Yes, we have found nice ferns this year. So since I'm a lover of ferns and I can't grow them myself very well when they're real, I just like to buy the really very high quality ones and show you. So in the dining room, we have a nice little nook. I like surfaces to decorate. We got to make sure we have plenty. And this cabinet has a nice deep surface, so we can do a lot of decorating. Of course, if you didn't know, Magnolias sells art. We have a lot of art that is too big to ship if you're local, and you can come shop. We recently received probably a good 12 to 15 pieces.
Yeah, I actually posted a video on stories today.
Oh, perfect. So the artwork we carry from many different vendors. There's modern, there's more traditional prints. There's a lot of different colors and a lot of black and white, gray, that sort of thing. I like abstracts and metallics. I like gold. I like a lot of things.
See, and I kind of stay away from abstracts. I like scenes. There's one with like a row of houses on a canal that I love.
That's a cool one.
Yeah, so we have a bit of everything because Mom and I have very different styles. So.
That's why. There's a wide variety. So this piece I've had for a couple of years. I haven't moved it out. It's just kind of transitioned through all of the different colors. Some other things from years past. I believe these were last year's bunnies. But new to note, the centerpiece in the perfect color palette. The metal art piece is new, and then I love this pottery vase with the chain that is part of the pottery. I believe we still have one, but I had to be sure to grab one for myself because I loved it so much. That is an immaculate piece. Stunning. Love it so much. So you can see it's a blend of traditional and contemporary. Throw in a few weird things that I collect. Vintage. Art glass. I have several pieces, and from time to time I pull them out and place them around. They're all bright colors, so just a fun little nook for you to see. Now last year this table runner was in our line and gorgeous, one of my favorites, kind of like a boho floral vibe, linen structure to it. I think that what draws my eye is just the scattering of flowers and the bright colors. So when it comes to spring and summer, I really like to crank up the color in here. And I made a custom floral piece. Actually, Kelsey helped me finish it. I started it yesterday. So this piece will be in the online store, or you can ask us about it. It's a centerpiece style with a combination of all the colors I'm using and some of my favorite flowers that I love in our store. This is one of my new favorites. I don't even know what it's called, but it's
allium?
Funky. Yes, it's allium. Okay. Thank you. The begonias in here, the echinacea. This is a bush that comes with grass. I've used in a couple of spots.
Bush, yeah. Yes, Dawn, that piece above my stairs is abstract. I think that's the only
that's
abstract
true. You
art
do
I
have
actually
abstract
own.
art.
Yeah.
This is last year's bunny, perhaps. We might have had it this year too. This is this year's bunny.
Cute.
And I have all kinds of weird vintage books. I love my little baby books from my friend Karen. She gave me a big pile of those. So when you have books, you can use them to tablescape and get different sizes and heights. So in our great room, we kind of have an open concept where the fireplace and the seating area is with the dining room. I like the fact that everything is open because when we entertain, it probably happens at your house. Everybody ends up in the kitchen around the island. So in here, the kitchen and the island are adjacent to the dining room and the fireplace, and everybody can have one big conversation while we're cooking.
Yes.
So
we can all sit and enjoy.
That's why I like this old house from the 70s with a real fireplace. So we get to sit over here by the fireplace with our cozy fur thingies on the chairs, and I like the fur things so much that I haven't put them away yet. I'm thinking about it. Maybe I will.
I don't know. It's just kind of cozy.
It's Easter on the chairs. So this little fun little pillow is new from this year's line. The specific corally pink. Just love that color. And then here's the fern that we added this year.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to light my candle.
That's okay.
This piece, I can't get it. Sorry, I love these.
No,
I
want to steal those so bad.
It's a gigantic art glass piece that I've had
Looks
for years.
Looks like a tree log. It's amazing.
I love it. And this year's
the garland's cool.
So super simple combination. This is a maidenhair fern garland twisted with the posh peony floral. That's what the floral is. I added only one stem of the white wisteria, which has 3 blossoms on it. And just to pop the color of the hot pink is this real touch peony. So the stems are just laying together and the garlands are twisted together, layering. I like to offset my garland on the fireplace. I haven't ran it straight for a couple, 3 years.
I love the
like
wisteria.
It offset. Yeah, it drapes down in there, so I guess we won't be using the fireplace soon. But
no.
My bunny from last year in the charcoal color.
Love the
bunny,
salmon poppy.
The vase from this year, the lantern and bunny from this year, my own little chest that I use all the time. I have
the pink iron lantern and the glossy rabbit. The art is really great there.
The art was my inspo for the color palette. I love that piece. It's just a little inexpensive canvas piece. I believe it was $35 and now it's 25% off, something like that.
Amazing.
Is this called a boxwood wreath?
Tea leaf.
Tea leaf wreath?
I think it's a tea leaf wreath.
And the reason I use this is because, you know, we've got all this floral over here. And if you offset with a little bit of solid green, then it's less busy, less chaos. Simple green in here also. This little pot is new, and it came from the same vendor as that little vase. They kind of look like porcelain. And
Yeah, very pretty with the birds.
this is that new Springer Eye moss bush. So
Love
that way
that.
we have, I believe we've sold out of these. This was new this year, but I bought that and then they were gone.
I love the tea leaf wreath. We were kind of wondering like what to put up there
Yeah.
with the art, and
You
that
can't
wreath
really-
is perfect.
You could layer more art. You can't really hang anything, and it's only 30 inches to the ceiling, so it doesn't give you a lot of space to put a lot of things in that area.
Right. It's beautiful.
But it's fresh and different.
Love what you did in this lantern too.
So we do still have 1 or 2 black ones in stock, and we
I know
have
we
this
have the
in
white
white
for sure. Yeah.
And this is the matching candle ring, the Posh Peony candle ring. It's quite large, very full, and this is the large lantern. So we have large and small versions. I use the large one. This is the large version of the Hurricane. Isn't that great color in here? There's a little guy. And also, do you see how it's amping up the color with the... This is an old style Fia Flame, guys, but the new
like
style,
10 years old.
the new style is the same color, and this is 10 years old and it's still recharging.
Yeah, it looks great.
So Fia Flames are a great investment, and if you want to see more orange, that's what I've used in these things to light up, is the orangey color deliberately. Some old stems and some new stems. This is a gorgeous cherry blossom that's massive, so I don't have one that tall this year, but we do have some cherry blossoms in other colors. The orchid from last year, and this year's peony again, and this year's bougainvillea, and the tall willow. This is the tallest willow stems.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So that gives me a nice height in the other matching glass vase. Here's my beautiful heart from our friend Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. I love that stone heart because I like rocks. I like
your
rocks.
little Happy Easter pillow. That's a nice little.
We do have a couple different styles of that pillow.
Yeah.
And the color and the size is good for a chair because I
Yes.
actually need a pillow behind me in that chair.
Yeah.
Fun little vignette over here. Any of you who watch a long time know we have grandkids, 2 little girls. So this is for them. It's all the little curious things that they can come and see. They're going to love this fountain. That is going to be, everybody's going to be touching it. Those are new this year. The white one was restocked, so I grabbed one quick. A new fern, a new birdhouse. We'll talk about whether or not there's anybody living in there. That will be the discussion. I think you can use the birdhouse outside. It opens.
Oh, funny.
This year's new mushroom, new bird, new butterfly. I believe we might be sold out of this baby.
The cheery bunny.
And we do still have these pieces, I believe, that you could grab. This is last Christmas mushroom. And my wooden shoe from Amsterdam. Guys, wasn't it a year ago we were in Amsterdam right now?
On Thursday it's going to be, and I actually have a post scheduled to share some of my favorite photos from the trip. Yeah.
This is a wooden shoe. So
I haven't done anything in my shoe yet.
when we went to the wooden shoe factory and watched them demonstrate, they actually make this shoe right there really quick with their machinery and show you quick how they are made. And then you can buy these little $5 shoes and they're still wet from the wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. Makes me smile
it's awesome.
to see that. And my tulips are starting to bloom right now. Monarch butterflies.
You can see me in the mirror with my little light. It's like a rave.
My bunny from last year, because we've sold out of those. Now this curio, by the way.
We have it. The Aria stem,
We have
I
the
think.
stem.
Yeah.
And the curios we have at the store. I still have 2 because we hung them last year. I think we may have 2 at the store for sale. But they're fun to change up, and this is where all my little mushrooms are going. So I added the butterflies to go with the
look
mushrooms.
great.
Some of those are actually the Christmas
She's
time.
like, "Do you want to take a photo of this?" I said, "That's Christmas."
There's a book, and these are Christmas mushrooms.
It's a Christmas bird. Like it has glitter.
Well, he fits in there. I mean, why take him away? He's so cute. So we'll see what the girls say when they get over here. And this is like an antique piece. You guys, when I was
so cool.
When I was 12, I started going to auctions with my mom and my grandma. And I have so much old artwork. You wouldn't believe it. Old hats, old doilies, hankies, linens, textiles, all stashed away. I literally need to buy a house that I can decorate all cottagey. Wouldn't you love a tour of all my stuff in another
cottagey.
house?
I love cottagey style.
We need to find a cottagey house.
Yes.
So we're going to go visit the outside, and you know what? It is so bright out here. I have my sunglasses.
I will shut off my rave light.
Shut off your rave light. Are we
Oh,
ready?
where are my sunglasses? They're on my head, aren't
They're
they?
on your head.
That's super embarrassing.
But I want to show you what we've been doing in the patio. And my husband ran away, but I'll brag about his beautiful fountain and his efforts.
Yeah.
So right now we are, he's visiting on the other side of the house with the roofer. We're getting a new roof, new siding, new paint colors.
Sounds expensive. Ladies, buy some stuff.
It's got to get done. And our little corner out here looks good, but the house does not. So we're just going to talk about the corner out here. We're going to talk about our rug that has to sit here since I don't have another good door to put it by. To put it at the front of my house. But
Sassafras.
This is the liner mat.
Layering mat.
Layering mat.
Yep.
Okay. That is the layering mat meant to go underneath your...
I used to have one. I have no idea where I put it.
Okay. Well, you'll have to find that. So this is the mat you change out seasonally. Right now, they're like $12.
I think
this
they're
is your
on
base
sale.
mat
Yeah.
that you keep changing and just reuse this. So sassafras is fun because there's so many pillows, rugs, matching things that go together. And I'm so sad I forgot to bring my flag home.
Yeah.
But I did remember to bring our new patio items, guys. So is there enough shade underneath here to see this?
I know.
Barely.
That's on. Yeah.
Barely. So with our outdoor display area, we're going to be entertaining. We do pizza. Sometime I'll bring you along.
Can't wait.
We're going to have pizza on the grill, and that's kind of what we do over here is get out many grills and make lots of pizzas. But when we do, I think these are going to be fun to have around on the seats, all the patio tables that we use. So they are rechargeable. They will be outdoor safe. This is plastic. This is metal. This is all sealed. And you just charge them up, tap them on, either a warm white or a cool white.
It's the fun item for the year. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Weather resistant. They're called glowing lanterns if you're trying to find them online.
This is the baby one. There's an oval shape, there's a round, there's a few different shapes, maybe 5 styles. So those are
hang them
going
in
to be
trees
fun.
too.
Got some nice big trays in. I use lots of trays when I entertain. I don't know about you, but the things come in and out of the house. I have like a special basket for the silverware and the napkins, and I like to carry things out on trays and save myself time. So there are a lot of new trays online. Check them out. That one is new also. And then our little nook over here. So our fountain is a custom design that my husband came up with. And we can sit in the hot tub and listen to the fountain while also having the fire pit on. That's like
so
the
peaceful.
magical combination at dusk. I love it.
Yeah.
And then when it's hot like this, it is kind of a problem. You kind of
It is actually hot today.
You want to have morning parties or nighttime parties because this is how bright it is back here. So
not bad though. There's
it's
a little
the way
breeze.
it works on this side of the house. Yesterday, was it yesterday that I made these?
Monday. What's
Monday?
today?
Yeah, this was yesterday. It's Monday.
What day is it? I don't
The
know.
Aloha outdoor planter, guys.
Turned out amazing. It's perfect out here.
If you want one at the moment of recording, we can still make more. We will come out with a new version of the other design I made yesterday because we've sold all of them.
It's got begonias, clematis, protea, crocus. Such a fun
Outdoor safe stems.
Yeah.
UV succulents. UV. So I love the fact that this bowl is tall and chunky, and it would look beautiful on a patio table if you did not have my umbrella in the middle.
Right.
And then we're also using these new enamel flowers. I wanted to make sure I showed them to you. Our friends from Clever Goods who make all of the enamel pieces. This is fired copper with glass powder that is the enamel, the real deal, not painted. So
Handmade in Michigan by an all-woman team with blowtorches and Phil.
So they'll weather perfectly outdoors. In fact, my mushrooms have lived outdoors for 2 years now, my enameled mushrooms, and then we have an enameled dragonfly out here too. So there's lots of fun garden picks somewhere. And you can enjoy them and give them as gifts inexpensively, but these new ones are kind of big and they just bounce around in the wind. So that's cute and fun. We also have the new patio pillows. Did you see all the new pillows?
I bought some.
The black and white ones I would love to use, but we did not have that color theme going. So I already own a teal blue patio umbrella. We're just going to go with that color. And I like to blend the orange and everything with it. Those are new from one collection. The pillows come filled. This little hummingbird is from the same collection that the mats and the flags come from. So these covers are on sale for just under $11 right now. They're like $10.88 for all of the zip off pillow covers, and you can put your own outdoor safe fill in, or we may still have some available.
We do have some online.
They're mildew resistant fills that you can just zip off and on and change your pillows seasonally. But really, guys, for just that little bit of money, they're all reversible. There's something on the front, something on the back, and then this one has a matching flag and mat, and I forgot my flag.
Yes.
So that's the deal with that, and I'm enjoying all the fun colors. We did get outdoor safe throws.
Yeah, this is kind of exciting. They're indoor-outdoor throw blankets.
And I think they're perfect for summer because they're lightweight. They're thin cotton. I think it's 100% cotton. These just came in.
Machine wash cold.
Yeah, tumble dry. Super easy. Don't bleach, don't iron it.
Do people still iron?
I don't know anyone that irons. So there's black and cream, blue and cream, tan and cream. And then we have an all cream one that's a little bit chunkier.
Good question from Kathy. She said, are those pillows UV protected?
You know, they're like Sunbrella fabric.
I think they are Sunbrella.
Yes.
And then in the hummingbird from a different company, the cover, I think is also UV resistant.
It's an outdoor fabric. I think anything will fade eventually, especially with West Sun. But if you check the price out, they're under $25.
Oh yeah, they're like $20.
They're really inexpensive, and you're not going to have a big investment. So for me, that they're going to blow away someday or land in the fountain.
Yeah,
and that's what's going to happen.
It's fine.
I don't want to forget to show you this. I did remember to bring the balloon spinner. So these little guys are under $25 also. If we had a breeze, the vent would catch and they would spin.
It was spinning behind you earlier.
Okay, good. It's cute. It's the
and then I could tell
one.
it wanted to spin and it had spun super tight because the breeze came
there.
up. Looks
and,
great.
You know, this whole little play area, this is just kid land back here. So that's why you're seeing swing sets and they like to mess with the fountain.
Yeah, I don't know why you have the little baby seat.
I know. Time to switch it out. So then our new thing that we brought over, here's my dragonfly. The enamel dragonflies were just restocked for this year. Love that. That makes me think of my friend Anne every time I see that. We're going to design my last porch pot, my last planter, while you're live with me today, but I'll show you the ones I've gotten done. And then we brought these. These are not mine. These are for sale. Look at these. I want to hold them up to the light. Brand new. Can you see that they're glass? So this artist that we've been watching in Atlanta for couple years. I love their work. They make such whimsical, cute pieces out of fused glass. So now we've brought in a small selection of fused glass flower stems, and you can add them and give them as gifts. They're $49 and $59, handcrafted.
I think you can just search flower stake, and they should pop up online. They're beautiful. Each one is a little different. But they tried to make them as similar as possible.
So they're a new item that we've been admiring for a while. I love the look of those. When you walk by their display, it just draws you in. It's so fun.
And I love back there behind the fountain, the lilies look amazing in there. I see lilac.
There's the big
what
hibiscus.
Is that? Draping orange. Is that a hibiscus?
That's the narcissus on the right, and on the left is the spider plant.
Spider plant, poppies.
And then last year's fern, because we sold out of this year's tall palm. There's 3 tall palm plants in the midst of my curly willow, and those are last year's palms looking just fine.
Yeah, they look good. Everyone's like, how does this thing work?
So there's a copper pipe inside of the header. And the pump is recirculating it. There's a pan buried, and the water falls and recirculates right here, just like this. So when
it's so relaxing.
So we add a little water to it, and it evaporates. But
so
you
the
just
question
keep
is,
filling
when
it.
is Dad going to make one at my house?
You ask your
and
dad.
build me a fence.
It's just got little holes in it.
I don't know if my husband wants to do that.
I think it's not Jordan's thing to build things,
No,
but your
not
dad's
really.
a little tied up at the moment. Maybe next year. Ask him next year.
Well, you're only siding a house and redoing your whole roof.
I should talk about the curly willow. You're going to want to know.
Yeah.
So, curly willow. The same thing I used in my wreath in my house is these. These trees live in these large pots, and they don't freeze in the winter here in Nebraska in Zone 5. I don't know why. They really don't. And eventually they don't look great, and I pull them out and put fresh ones in. But this willow is just now budding, and these trees are going to grow a lot. Like that one back there has probably been in that pot for only 3 years, and it's
tall.
I don't know, 12 feet tall.
You might need to prune that.
I like it. I think it's great. It doesn't blow over. It's kind of protected right there. So I'm using the willow and enjoying the live greenery. All of these will bud, and that makes my planters seem more real. So if your planter had, maybe last year you had some sedum or something that wants to come back, don't pull it out. Let it grow, and let it grow right up through your fake stuff. Because if you do, it's going to look that much more realistic. And if it's a persistent thing to make it through the winter, it'll be persistent enough to grow inside that planter with all this stuff covering it. So that's something to think about. With the hanging basket over here, I wanted to put a fresh fern, a real fern there, because, you know, if I kill a $10 fern, oh well.
Yeah.
But it is going to fry out here on the west. So we're going to try this one this year. And then I won't have to worry about watering it.
Right.
Because these trees will last a little bit longer than a fern. A fern will last half of a day.
Yes.
In the west sun. So these are UV ferns, and you're going to find
it's the
online.
Boston fern.
We have 2 sizes, I think.
We used to have 3 sizes.
I think we have
don't know
2
what
sizes
sold out.
left. So this is a combination of UV ivy, UV clematis-vine, and UV fern in a basket. And this is a piece for sale right now. I brought one of the designs home so you could see it. And I will either keep this one or make myself one with some color, since everything else is color. But I think that's the way to go for me, instead of trying to keep a real one alive and being disappointed in myself when I don't.
I've never even owned a real fern. I
Haven't
know my
you?
limits.
Well, when I had a little more shade, I happily had a fern every year.
I remember you used to make me dunk it and water it. It was so annoying. I thought, never. I'll never own one of these.
So with all these little pots, these are the ones I did the other day, and we have some videos we'll be sharing, and I did share a video on Sunday when I did them. We have some glass pieces from a couple years ago that are little sculptures that light up. So that's not available right now, but the mushroom was, actually. We still have that mushroom in stock. He has not sold out yet. And I can pull that up and show you. He's a little mushroom steak that you can put in your pot too. Or put it in your fairy garden.
There you go.
So our little planters here are just dirt pots, growing real trees with only fake stuff at the bottom and whatever else might decide to live.
And you're mixing new stuff with old stuff to kind of reinvigorate that color. Some of it was UV protected, some of it wasn't. After 2 years, it's gonna...
Oh, yes. And we'll talk about UV protection. But the other thing, I don't have these in my store, but my friend suggested, my friend Dawn that you met, she said, why don't you get solar lights and put them in these, because at night when you're in the hot tub, all these little fairy lights are twinkling in my trees, and they're charging up all day with their solar lights.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that, because...
Hey, I'm kind of thirsty before you start your...
Do you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get started here, what I brought out to share in this little cooler... Bam! Look at that.
Someone had asked earlier, that's why I was...
Asked why these glasses are out?
He said, why aren't you drinking?
Okay, we're drinking now, friends. There's my ice cube. So, since we don't need a fire, we need margaritas.
Yes. It's actually, I'm surprised at how warm it is today.
Oops, there's an ice cube in there.
But, yeah, it's
I'll show you
turned
the
out
slush.
to be a nice day.
Here is the slush that is now made from me freezing it last night. We have not tried this flavor yet. It's pretty pink. It's the blueberry. So we're going to get our margarita glasses and we're going to try the blueberry. Now these are the margaritas that come in 6 flavors plus number 7, the spicy.
It's called Slush Mix if you're finding it on the website. And then those glass flowers, you can just search flower steak.
We need a little bit more.
Flower.
We need a little bit more.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They're so yummy. These slushies, you can just make them ahead of time, put them in your freezer. They're good for a year in your freezer. Now that's better, Kim said.
Okay.
Can you hand me mine?
It's got... Do you want this thing? It has only 1 cup of tequila. The bag calls for 2 cups of tequila, 4 cups of water, and you stir it in the bag. The pouch, you're going to find is so easy and convenient. Here's how that goes.
That's good.
It's
different.
Very delicious. You could get creative with it, but because I only wanted partial tequila, not full blown.
Yeah, I mean, it feels strong enough to me, personally.
I used 1 cup of tequila and I used 1 cup of Sprite or something like Sprite called Zevia. So then you get the slushy to make sure it doesn't freeze all the way. If you use all water, it'll get hard and it won't be slush. So you have to use something in there along with the alcohol or all alcohol to make sure it stays slushy, and that is what I did. 1 cup of Sprite, 1 cup of tequila, 4 cups of water.
And
this is going to serve Kate and I for a couple different nights.
Mom, we need to get into tabletop. I want to bring in cute glasses. These are adorable.
I have more glasses than I could possibly entertain for people.
Nice ones.
So, is that better, Kate?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. That's a little bit about our drink mixes. You're going to enjoy those all summer, and we'll make sure we keep them coming. Here's the other throw, by the way. The really chunky knit one. But it's also
indoor outdoor, isn't it?
Also quite thin.
Your shadow is...
Okay, I'll get out of the way.
I'll
try to get out of the way.
There you go. I actually bought, for my house, I bought the square lemon blue pillow, because obviously it's very amalfi.
Oh, right. The lemon one's adorable, and I really love all the black and white ones. The black and white are maybe more non-seasonal.
Yeah.
So basically, my tree has got lots of roots in here, and my flag didn't make it to the show.
Forgot it.
So we'll move the flag stands. That would be a good spot for a flag. This is from years past. I can't find one anymore. Sorry, guys.
We do have a round happy.
I have lots of happies.
You could search the word happy. It'll pop up on the website.
Oh, we have a round happy bead sign that you could probably hang outside. You could always spray something with clear coat if you're worried about it. So we're going to get some height with the bougainvillea. I think it's going to show up even though we have all these leaves coming. And we're going to use some of these yellow rudbeckia and get some tall height. This has got enough roots that if you get the stem in there, it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, let me get down in here. So it isn't hard, and what we're learning from our experimenting with outdoor safe items is that some things are going to say UV protected, and we should be good to go. Other things are just me and my experience making selections and saying you can put this outside because I've either tried it, like this item, where we've sold it for years and use it in our houses and at our store, or I have a pretty good idea of what is going to work outdoors.
And we love feedback too. If you have something and you're like, oh my gosh, I've had this geranium for 2 years in partial sun and it still looks incredible. Yep. We love to hear it because it kind of gives us a little confidence in our buying too.
Well, and vice versa. If something is a fail, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, we're testing everything in Nebraska sun. We have a lot of coastal customers. Talking about you, Florida ladies. There's a lot of Florida
Who's in
and a
Florida?
lot of California. So we love to hear what things work and didn't work for you.
So we have the pink impatient. If you see yellow ones in my pots behind me, those yellow ones that look absolutely fresh are from last year or the year before.
I think they're from 2 years ago.
So the yellow impatiens did great. The pink ones are this year's color. We're going to blend in some orange also. This is the bogan.
No,
this is begonia. He's a UV
put those
begonia.
in my pot. I just love them.
I think they're the best looking begonias
and they're
we've
like
ever
realistic.
had. We got a nice big ivy. This is a UV
English?
ivy. Yep, I thought I had the tags off of everything. I found one more tag. Okay. It does take a little bit to get these pots full, but one caveat is if you're starting from scratch, you will have the use of most of your pieces more than 1 year. There's occasionally a couple outliers that just don't weather as well, but you're going to get your greenery in, and you're going to use basic dark color greens or ferns, and you can leave these in your pots come fall and layer your fall leaves over the top and let that green be filler. So I would count greenery, which is a regular price item right now, I'd count greenery as a multi-season filler, and you'll get spring and fall because it'll fill and not be the star of the show, but it'll be keeping your pot nice and full. Then I'm going to do this $12.99 fern that I love so much. He is a natural touch fern over on that side.
Not UV, but probably fine.
He seems fine, and this one's not UV, but I think it's going to do well as it can, being
Thanks,
orange.
Kathy. She said, I love that you're carrying more UV this year. We have been buying up all the UV.
We buy it everywhere.
Yeah,
Yep.
we've been requesting it from our vendors too. We try to be vocal about what you guys are looking for. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they can get us more UV products.
But this is new.
Yeah.
Krylon has just made this.
We are not sponsored. We should be.
We should be.
We don't even sell this, but we're going to try it out.
So the flowers that did not come UV are getting hit. I mean,
yeah, just right by your face.
We're getting hit with this stuff. This bougainvillea is a UV item.
I don't think it hurts to go over it again. We're just kind of testing it.
We are.
I think you can find it at Amazon. I haven't seen it anywhere else. It's just a UV silk flower spray.
I'm going to just do half of the geranium.
Yep. Susan, that pillow is a pillow cover. So if you search the word hummingbird, it should pop up, because I think that's the only thing.
I mean, the only way we're going to know is at the end of the season on my half and half pot. So at Kate's house.
It's stinky.
Yeah. At Kate's house, I did one planter and the other I did not. I did half of that geranium. I think I did half of that hibiscus there. I did half of one over there. So it'll be an experiment.
Yeah.
You can, of course, Amazon that.
You know, I think it's amazing, too, is it is early in the season here in Nebraska. We're having an unusually nice and sunny day.
Yes.
But you can't really plant anything yet. But it's nice enough to be outside. So what's beautiful about Mom's back deck is that you have all of these silk stems, but her real stuff will come out through that. And also when we go on vacations and things this summer, or we're just busy in the summer.
We go to market for a whole week.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
So
this is another thing that I'm going to have to photograph at night so you can appreciate it. Oh, and I also don't have the stakes. So our light sets that are outdoor safe.
I don't think it has stakes.
Yeah, they come with stakes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know
snap
that.
on here. These are the warm outdoor safe lights that are going to be the same warm color as my fairy lights.
Yep, and they're it's a battery operated.
It's a sealed battery operation with a timer. You can see right there. Here is something you can't see lit up.
Just search lighted branch on our website. It'll pop up. So
I'll turn them on when it gets dark tonight, and I'm going to put them, this plant has no fairy lights. So I'm going to put them in here, and then I'll photograph them in here. There is about 2 feet of wire between each stem. So you can separate them.
You know, I kind of forgot about these lights because they were in the back corner of our warehouse, and I went over there. It's like, oh my gosh, we bought colored ones for 4th of July. We have like blue, we have red, white ones. So we'll have some 4th of July lighted porch pot options for you too, but you can always get the warm white. We also have cool white if that's your color.
Let's see if it shows.
The warm white is the only one that comes as a battery operation with a timer. The rest of them are plug-in.
But they are outdoor safe stems,
Yep.
so if you can plug them in, you can put them outside.
Yeah.
And there's enough cord that I could probably let the cord run and do one in each planter, because they are close enough together that would work.
True.
But you know, more is more. So we're putting them all in one.
Amen.
We're putting them all in one. So then tonight I will come back out, turn them on, and if I turn them on tonight at the time I want, they'll come on every night.
Yes.
But that's the secret.
Probably around 6:30 or 7.
7 probably is when everything gets dark and the solar lights will turn on. So that's new and different, and you can grab that as well. So there's different options for lighting. Lighting sets the mood. You like my poof?
Oh my gosh, that
this
looks
is new
so
too.
good there.
So the same company we got our pillows from This is outdoor safe, very lighter weight because it's filled with something that's going to dry quickly, those little foam beads. And you've got one color choice, one style choice. I just picked one for you to try if you'd like. The
it's
outdoor.
An indoor-outdoor poof. I don't know if we photographed it. I will photograph it quickly.
You better make sure. Here,
this
is
it's
how
on,
you photograph
yeah,
it with
we'll
your feet on it.
like this.
I think the little girls will like that.
Yes.
That'll be a fun seat for them.
Yeah,
and wow,
absolutely.
My slushy's
Enjoy
melting
your
fast.
blueberry margarita slush mix. So here's Mom's patio.
Wow, that tastes great.
Again, thank you for hanging out with us today. Hopefully you got some inspiration to get your outdoor areas put together
Come have a
and
seat.
start enjoying outside.
I bet you can't really set your camera down, can you?
Not really.
Some of the things we didn't talk about. This is the frog that I am taking now because I missed my Prince frog, as you know. You guys got them all.
Yeah, those are
And
gone.
the bird feeder, which has stones in it, I think that'd be fun to put someplace here where we can put some bird seed in it. I'll put it out in the back garden.
Sweet. The girls would like that. Your pots are absolutely amazingly beautiful, Beverly says.
Well, you can do it too. Now, right now, the pots, am I in the wrong position for the light?
You're actually okay. I mean, I'm sure you don't want to be staring into the sun. Maybe we'll walk back here a little bit,
So
then I can see.
With our plants, right now, all the blooming stems and bushes are 25% off, and the greenery is a regular priced item. But we have a very good selection. We've only sold out of a few things, but we're very pleased with the assortment we have at this point in the game. Right when you need them, we still have what you need.
Yes.
Because as you know, we're not reordering anything. And that plan was in place at the very beginning of the year, and it's proven to be a good choice.
It has, yeah.
Because we cannot buy anything at the moment. Everybody's got crazy things going on with the products. So all of these things, grab them while we have them.
So spring summer stems are now 25% off, including some of the new pillows. The poof, I think, is an everyday item. It is brand new. I'll put it online as soon as we hop off here. It's an indoor-outdoor poof.
It is.
I didn't even know they could make such a thing, so that's really fun. We'll get that online next.
Maybe you just pull it out when you're using your patio because it is ivory. But hey, it's a small investment for something fun that makes everything look cute. And how nice is it to come home after work? I mean, my favorite thing is to have my slush ready in the freezer. This is real life. I do this. Come out here and sit and relax for a little bit while I'm grilling right over here. And if we can have company over, I love it. Or we just chat and talk about our day out here. And yes, the hot tub, the fire pit, the fountain. Those are the things that make you happy at night. And we hope all these beautiful decorations that we bring to you are making you happy at your house. Having this color with no maintenance, that's kind of nice. I really love the fact that it's done.
Yes.
Once and done.
And we were going to show the Green Goddess planter, but they all sold.
They did. I'll come up with a new solution. Obviously, outdoor succulent plants are a great idea.
Yeah.
And we'll make more, and I've got great ideas. We'll be talking about new things like memorial designs, which are going online right now, and patriotic designs that are also getting made for you. Lots of fun things coming up as we wrap up the Easter season, and that is all on closeout at 40% off, by the way.
Yeah.
So grab some Easter when you're buying your spring and help us put all that to rest, and we'll move on to the next thing in the warehouse.
Okay.
So that is the tour. I am so grateful you got to hang out with me tonight. Kate and I enjoy visiting all the time and showing our home, and I did not have the fortitude and the time to do the whole house that I normally do, but this little bit is my favorite part. So I'm glad you got to see that at least. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow live from the warehouse at noon. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.